5 resume mistakes that are probably costing military spouses interviews. Yes, if you're a military spouse, updating your resume or you're applying for jobs and not hearing anything back, this is for you, right? All right. So I am Latrice Huff of TalentStage.com. I am also a fellow military spouse, so I know about this from personal experience. I'm also a human resources professional turned career coach, right? So I am here for you. This is my video for you. So let's get into it. Before we start, be sure to subscribe, hit the button, the little bell so you can get notifications when I send out helpful tips. All right, number 1, not adding your volunteer experience. I've seen this time and time again. Don't discount that volunteer experience, whether you are an FRG leader, whether you were a committee leader, whether you were on a committee, whether you were in the spouses club, whether you did something for a religious organization. It's so many volunteer opportunities in the military community, and so many of us volunteer and give so much of ourselves, but yet we discount that experience. That is experience. And here's a pro tip: you don't need to put it under volunteer. You can put it under experience. You can put it under relevant experience. That is okay. All right. My second tip, or mistake number 2, and how to fix it: not playing up your diverse life experience. That's another one. Don't discount that. Whether you've, moved different places, that shows you adapt easily to change, which we know we move a lot. Or whether you're someone who spent several years in Germany, don't discount that. Or whether you speak another language, play up. Okay, this is one thing you can do. Play up that diverse life experience. All right, my third mistake that I see: not highlighting your education. It is okay if you have a degree and you haven't used it. That's okay. You still have that degree. You still have that education. No need to bury it at the bottom of the first page or the second page of your resume. It's okay to put it at the top. It's okay to say, I haven't used this degree in a while, but now I'm looking for a job in it. It's okay to say, I have this degree, but it's not something I want a job in. You still have that degree, okay? So be sure to put it on your resume and highlight it. And so this is my little side pro tip: informal education counts as well. Any certifications, any trainings, that's okay. Put that on your resume too. My fourth mistake, and this is a biggie, not only do I see this mistake on my fellow military spouse's resume, but I see it on a lot of people, other professionals. Not listing your accomplishments, just listing tasks, just listing these duties, and having these very general statements. So I'm going to give you a brief example. So instead of saying help raise money for scholarship fund, you could say something like, I'm going to read my notes, right? Increase funding for scholarship campaign by 20% in 1 year. That is much better, right? Right? Then you just helped. And sometimes we downplay our accomplishments. My fifth mistake that I see, and again, this is a biggie, right? Is not knowing which format to use in your resume. And if you're guilty of this one or any of the other mistakes, just put yep in the comments. But how many times have you seen chronological resume? You need a chronological resume, so you do it. Or you read an article or you see a blog and they're like, no, military spouses should always use a functional. So then you're like, oh, I got to change my resume to a functional resume. No, you have to look at your personal situation, your career goals, and your experience, and then create the format of your resume for that, right? So having the right format is extremely important, and that's a mistake that I see that can really cost you the interview, because if you have your resume in a bad format that's not highlighting your skills and what you can do, you're going to be overlooked. They're not going to be easily be able to see your skill set. All right, my fellow military spouses, that was your 5 resume mistakes that a lot of you make, and it is okay because I am guilty of some of these myself, so I'm gonna have to put that in the comments. All right. Hey, be sure to subscribe and follow me on LinkedIn. If you say, hey, Latrice, I'm not on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. All right.